So we're officially on day 5 of the trip, but day 3 here in Moab. We're doing the Poison Spider loop at the moment, which will then take us back to the Golden Spike trailhead, which we'll continue doing, which then through a number of other things will end up at Gemini Bridges Road, which after the sun goes down, probably at this point, that's what will take us back in town. We've been doing 10 to 12 hour days. You know, we can go home and sleep. We can go home and have creature comforts. We're here to wheel. So, wheel we're doing. The road to Poison Spider Trailhead goes northwest out of town along this sheer cliff. You get to see people out climbing up the rock faces, like this group right here. Coming up here in a second, there's a family we run into on the side of the road, and they're giving their little one a safe, right there, see? Piece of the action. That's just too cute. A short further way down the road here, you'll see the sign for the trailhead. Veering off right takes you up a slight climb here to the parking lot. You can use this area to air down and get things settled for a long day. Check that out there on the right. We got a cool surprise when we came up here. The Dana Spicer engineering team was out test driving new designs and the new model year axles. I couldn't help myself. I literally just had a new Ultimate 44 axle installed in the front. I had to head over and say hello. All right. I'm not that bad of a stalker. Some quick handshakes and hellos, and it was time to hit the trail. So out of the parking lot, you start the climb up to the Mesa, and you can see there's a couple of little cool off-camber ledges. It's relatively tame here, but it's definitely a constant climb up. The first obstacle you hit is a switchback with a ledge in the middle. So there's a little backy-forthy for a 4-door, but nothing too crazy. Being in Moab the week before Easter Jeep Safari, it was surprising how little traffic there was, but on this popular trail, you can see here, there definitely was a line behind us, and it did grow. So far, so good. Next solid ledge climb here. You can see it's about 6-7 feet tall. Not too much of a face, so just kind of a roll straight up here. I was getting a little nervous with the traffic backing up behind us, but everyone's just slow going. Here we go, up we go. Dunk. After 3 or 4 upward obstacles, we get to this little narrow descent. The walls squeeze in on you, and there's just a little drop down here. Nothing too crazy. What goes down must goes back up. There's Rustlin heading up the next ledge. This one is a little chunkier. It has a rather abrupt, about 2-foot undercut here. So there's Jeff making his way up. Here I go. There. The trail's not all obstacle. There's some roly-poly kind of general trail like this, but then we come up to the next optional thing called the launchpad. You can go straight there where that truck is kind of coming our way, or you can go to the left, and you can see Rustlin just jumped up. Here goes Jeff. It's about a, I don't know, 6 or 7, maybe 8 foot little climb. It's pretty cool. According to Trails Off-Road, this S-turn ledge climb here is one of the more difficult to articulate on the trail. You can see Jeff here going up a little bit of a climb, and there's an immediate couple steps you gotta go up while you're turning for 4 doors. It's actually easy for 4 doors. The 2-door is an interesting thing to watch climb this thing. Here I go going up. See, here's my couple steps, it'll off camber, and then it heads up to another ledge climb here at the top. Come up to the top here, my turn. It's about a 5 to 6 foot little climb here. Get settled, touch tires, climb up, and I may have taken the wrong line because scrunch, here comes my skateboards. Right out of that, there's a second S-turn of some waterfalls and ledges. It sure looks a little daunting as you're approaching it, but just slow and low, just crawl your way up. This one's not so bad. Right where Jeff is up there, there's a left-hand turn that you have to kind of back up and do a multi-point turn to hit, but we'll get to that in a second. Here to the left, you can see where I came in. Had to turn around and almost do a 180-degree run up the back of this next set. Nothing too bad. You'll notice here, if you look right in front of my driver's side hood latch, there's some drips on the ground. We'll come back to that later. Here at the top, there's one more turn in the S to climb up this chunkier hunk of rock.
Thank you. There you go.
Just when you think, man, how many more obstacles can get stacked as we go upwards, here we hit the V notch. This is a very, very small in comparison to Hell's Gate from Hell's Revenge yesterday, but nonetheless, just got to watch your line, run up the V. Just up right from the V, we get to the obstacle at milepost number 3. Here we have this unfortunate gentleman here to the right. He snapped one of his drive shafts trying to get up this hill here. So he's out pulling out a spare drive shaft and getting himself good to go. Quick little wave over at him. I'm okay. Here we go. Alright, bump up this next hill here. Touch tires. Up we go. To the adoring crowd at the top. And the crowd goes wild. Or something like that.
Hello.
This is a great place up here to take a break here at milepost 3, because shortly after that, we get to the high-speed Mesa. We get to drop it out of four-wheel and pick up a little speed and get a little aggression out. At the end of the high-speed Mesa, we get to what's called a multi-line ledge drop and climb. As you come in, there's a couple lines you can drop, and there's multiple drop points, just like this one. Clunk. But at the bottom here, you see a bunch of vehicles at the bottom. They're watching what's going to be actually the fun part, is the climb back up the other side. Next in line, you see a massive hill like this in front of you and your heart just starts beating out of your chest. So I'm about to give it a whirl, but first we'll let you see how it's supposed to be done. Let's show what rustling does. To be fair, we all took a couple runs at it. This is not the easiest hill to do, so these are two of my attempts. As I climbed up, you get to the bottom and then you gun it, but having an automatic transmission, what I was failing to realize is near the top, my shift point would hit, and I'd drop into second gear and lose all momentum at the top, and then have to work my way down without flipping the rig over to the side. After figuring out to put it in manual first, it got a lot easier.
Keep going! There you go.
Okay, this is the first attempt.
Hit it.
Easy game.
Alright, enough playtime. Time to head along the trail. Now, the next probably half a mile or so are these Slickrock hills. We saw a lot of this in Fins and Things and Hell's Revenge, but not so much on top of the world, but back in here again, yes. So just following the trail, heading up and down, up and down. Visiting Moab in April, there still was a little bit of snow and a little bit of moisture around, so I've heard that this area is bone dry in the middle of the summer, but for us, a nice little pool of water. This next hill is a bit interesting. Another Slickrock hill climb. There was a little ledge here at the top. You can probably hear Ruslin's tires chirping to go up here. Here goes Jeff. Just that little lift right there at the top. and there's really no space to get any type of momentum, so you just kind of have to pick it. Here I go. Not quite as tight as the last hill, but we kept running into these Slickrock hill climbs. They go up, really sharp climb at the top, wheel chirping, right over the top, right back down. Back up, back down, back up, back down. Here goes Jeff. Alright, I decided to put a little bit of extra beans into this hill climb just to shoot them over the top, so zoom!
Ah, beans!
See? That's a full can of beans! So we're an hour or two into the trail at this point, and we come to a point where we can go off left and pick up Golden Spike. We can stay right. We can go around the Poison Spider loop, then pick up Golden Spike, or we can go try off, and there's another trail off to the right called the Overlook Trail. If we go up there, we get this beautiful overlook of downtown Moab, and then as we descend back down the hill, we can pick up Golden Spike right after it starts. So that's the way we chose to go. And right about here, that's when all the stuff goes flying from the back into the front, because I didn't quite manage the brake completely right when I hit the bottom there. Alright, taking a right, now we head off to the Overlook trailhead. Didn't quite know what to expect on this. This trail is not very well documented by some of the more popular map software, but this drive up was definitely good and challenging, but definitely very doable. Thank you, Nelly. As we were getting up here, there was some definite, very interesting additional obstacles we went over. So I had an idea to slap my camera on the back of Jeff's rig and have ARTICU-VISION. Jeff's driving here. He's got ton axles with 40s on them. So a very interesting view of him articulating up the rocks. I'll let you listen. All in all, it took about 20-30 minutes to go up the Overlook Trail, but it was totally uphill the entire time. There was even some crazy going sideline on the hill, and your vehicle's at about a 25-degree pitch as you're going. So, but here we are just about to the top. And man, they were not lying. What a view. It was a little windy, so the drone was having some issues staying aloft and level, but as you can see, there's some pretty awesome views of the valley down below, and the backdrop that we just came off of is just breathtaking. Alright, descending back down the Overlook Trail, down to connect up with Poison Spider, and then to link up with Golden Spike to take on for the last half of the day. Again, no slouch, couple ledges, couple waterfalls, some really good obstacles to work our way up down in here. As our trip down Poison Spider comes to an end, we'll connect up with Golden Spike for the second half of our day. My next video will go through how we wheeled Golden Spike, along with a realization that Jeff's transfer case was leaking. Oh my god, more on that soon. Thank you again so much for watching this video. I hope this helps you plan a trip to Moab and have even a small fraction of the fun that our group had wheeling and I had making this video. Please like this video, subscribe if you want to see more and get notified, make any comments down below of different types of videos you'd like to see or comments on this one or more deep into different areas. I have a lot of video, believe me. All that jazz. Thank you again so much, and enjoy the video and enjoy the next.